Hey guys, what's up? It's Andre coming back at you. I just want to do a really quick review for a game. I know I'm a little bit late on this, but I actually just got to playing it. Just finished it for the PS4. Star Ocean: Integrity and Faithlessness. I know, like I said, I know it's been out for I want to say at least like 2 years, maybe a little bit longer. Just got around to playing it. Reason why I held off so long was because I was doing a lot of reviewing and everything like that, or reading a lot of reviews for what a lot of people were saying about it, and they were just absolutely tearing this game apart. I mean, not like horribly, but it was getting a lot of negative feedback, and it kind of stopped me from playing it. Big mistake, because I'm a huge fan of all of the Star Ocean games, and this one honestly was no exception. Story, this is just gonna be like a really quick review, because like I said, it's a little bit older and everything. Story wise, nothing really spectacular. I mean, it definitely wasn't anything like brand new, groundbreaking, exciting, anything like that. It was pretty simple. It started off where, two characters, Fiddly or Fidel. His nickname is Fiddly in the game. If you play it, you'll see that. And then his best friend Miki, their village is under attack. So they basically go to a village. I don't want to say like up the road, but it's down a little ways from where their village is and everything, and they seek help. It's like the kingdom and everything like that. They seek help and everything. They get the help, and they stop all of that and everything. And along the way back to their town, they meet this mysterious girl. They see these people that they have no idea like who they are. They're all dressed strangely and everything like that. They rescue the little girl. Well, I should say the little girl rescues them. And again, I'm not gonna go into that. I don't want to give any spoilers or anything like that. But essentially, that's pretty much like the bulk of the story is centered around this girl trying to figure out where she came from, who she is, why she's here, like why these people are after her. And you meet like a whole bunch of other awesome characters along the way. Um, just I mean, all of the characters mesh together. If you're a fan of like the Star Ocean games, all of the characters fit for a Star Ocean game. I mean, like I said again, that will make more sense to you if you have played the other Star Ocean games. So you'll know what I'm talking about with that. All of the characters fit together perfectly. I love their conversations, their personalities. No problems there for me. All of that was pretty spot on. Graphics. I mean, like I said, it is about 2 years, 2.5 years older. So I mean, the graphics they're definitely not bad. Definitely not the best that the PS4 has to offer. But I mean, like I said, it's an RPG. Graphics were definitely awesome for the type of game that it was and everything like that. So I mean, really, honestly, at least to me, no complaints there. The only thing is the graphics definitely seem to be a lot better during like the daytime and everything. When it dropped to night, things didn't seem to be rendered like they were during the day. And when I was running, like when I was moving on the map and everything, it seemed like there was definitely like a blur, like all of the background, like the ground, all of that seemed to kind of like blend together. It didn't do that during the day, during the daytime and everything like that. So I don't know if that was just something that they kind of overlooked with the evening and everything. But I mean, like I said, other than that, not really a whole lot of complaints in terms of graphics and all of that. Battle system, pretty self-explanatory. If you're a fan of the Star Ocean series, you pretty much know what to expect. All of your characters are moving on the battlefield. You can pretty much switch between any one of them on the fly at any time, during the battle. So if your healer, you don't think she's doing a good enough job, swap to the healer, take over her job. If you don't think, the fighter is doing a good enough job, swap to him, take over his role or whatever. You can pretty much swap between any of them, on the go. which is awesome. That's always been a really cool trademark among the Star Ocean series. You have basically two attacks if you're the fighter. Well, technically you have four, but one is short, and one is short range, and one is long range. And you basically have the two buttons that equate to that. You have the two attacks that you can set for long and short range for the one button, and then the other button again you have the one for short and long range. So you can pretty much have a total of up to four attacks at one time. Aside from if you're one of the mages, you can use any of those at any time during the battle. You don't have to have those equipped to any buttons or whatever, which I've always kind of liked about the mages. Um, but you also have, in terms of the skill system and all of that, all of the skills, you'll acquire like these books throughout the game that will teach different characters different skills. They'll level up the more times they use them in battle. You can also get roles for your characters, which give you different boosts. Some might be for attack, some might be for defense, some might be for intelligence, some might be for HP, MP, some might be for other things, like they give you different type of boosts for different things throughout the battle system, so that's very cool. You have your quests and everything like that in the different towns that you can do. Um, the game took me about like 26, 27 hours to beat. And I mean, obviously for a Star Ocean game, if you've obviously played the other ones, again, that's pretty short for a Star Ocean game. But like I said, the storyline, I mean, it wasn't anything groundbreaking or anything like that, but the storyline definitely was enough to keep me immersed in this game and to play through it. I noticed a lot of the complaints with it. I'm going to shoot off real fast. Again, the biggest one was probably the length. People were saying they were beating it like 17, 18 hours, which I mean, I can definitely see as possible, but they were clearly not like doing any of like the private actions in any of the towns, because I'm pretty sure there's like 250 or 300 of those. So they were clearly not doing any of those. There's also these side dungeons called cathedrals. They're not really dungeons, they're mostly like battles. But you get a lot of like cool gear. That's where you get all of your team members' ultimate weapons from. They appear randomly throughout the maps and everything like that as you're going throughout the story. So definitely make sure you check out those. But just be warned, depending on the level of your characters, you might die. And it kind of sucks if you see one and you're in the middle of a dungeon and you haven't saved recently and you die in the cathedral. Obviously it's a game over and all that. So just be careful with that, because I mean they are extra dungeons, so they are going to be a little bit harder. But I mean, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed the game. The length, honestly, to me, really didn't bother me that much. And I mean, I know I didn't get all of the cathedrals. Still working on that, and I know I didn't see all of the private actions. I think I honestly finished at about like 70 to 75% of them. But there's also the new game plus mode, which is badass. I love it. I love it. Always great with Star Ocean games. But that was a big negative that I saw. Another one was that characters, when they talk, they don't have like the names above the character that's talking or the chat boxes to let you know who's talking. And a lot of people were just like, they hated it, blah, blah, blah. They couldn't figure out who was talking. Like, honestly, it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, you're playing this game. It's not really that hard to figure out like the voices of the characters. I mean, especially after like an hour or two, you know who's talking, who's speaking. It's not really that big of a deal. Kind of stupid thing to complain about, but you know, whatever. I didn't have any issues with that. Overall, this game was very solid for me. I enjoyed it very much, and I am kind of, like I said, I am kind of disappointed that I waited so long to play it. I mean, like I said, it is about 2 years older, 2.5 years, somewhere around there. I am kind of disappointed though that I waited as long as I did. I mean, like I said, don't walk into this game expecting any great amazing storyline. But the storyline is pretty good. The characters are all lovable. The dialogue is pretty cool. I mean, I mean, if you're a fan of RPGs or even the Star Ocean series in general, give it a go, guys. It really is not that bad of a game. My final rating for this game would definitely have to be at least an 8. It was a very solid game. Very solid game. I mean, like I said, there were a few hiccups. There were a few hiccups for me. But nothing really, game breaking or anything like that that prevented me from enjoying this experience. As usual, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Drop some comments below. Let me know if you played the game, what you thought of it. If there's any game that you were wondering about, I might have played it, just not have gotten a chance to review it yet. But as usual, guys, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let me know what you guys thought. All right, I will be back at you guys soon with another video. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Later.